Hey there, I'm Sarah K. Hoffman, a holistic health coach and chief gutsy of AGUTSYGIRL.com. I went from bloated, gassy, and infertile to living my best life with a strong microbiome and a very full house. On this show, no topic is too stinky to discuss, and everything can be broken down into practical, digestible takeaways. Today, I am here to talk all about gelatin. Wait a second. Introducing my Great Dane, Harley. Hi. This is real life. This is Harley. This is one of my Great Danes. He wanted to interrupt the discussion on gelatin because he loves gelatin too. I actually give gelatin to my dogs. That's a side note, but I do. So today's discussion is all about gelatin, why I love it, how I use it, and why I think people can really benefit from gelatin on their gut healing journey. So first, let's talk a little bit about gelatin. Now, the best way that you can think of gelatin, and you've probably seen it time and time again, is when you make your own homemade bone broth. You make this big, beautiful batch of bone broth, and of course you can't drink it all in one sitting, so what do? After you strain it and you put it in the refrigerator, and the next day you pull it out, you're so excited to use it, and then what do you see? You see clumps, if you've made it properly, I guess I should state that. You see a big clumps of gel-like stuff on top of the broth. And I can't tell you how many times people have reached out to me and have said, what is that stuff on top? It looks disgusting. I'm going to throw it out. And I say, no, wait, don't. That is the gelatin. That is where a lot of the healing properties of the broth lie. So that's what gelatin is. And today though, I want to talk more about it and how you can get it without even having to do it with bone broth. So first of all, what is gelatin? It's just the substance that is extracted after you boil bones and pieces from animals. And that sounds disgusting, but really that's what it is. And so gelatin is not a vegan product. However, it is something that is thought to be very healing and nourishing for the gut lining. So there is a doctor who has studied a lot about gelatin, who has written about it, and I want to share with you what he has said some of the benefits for consuming gelatin regularly are. So his name is Dr. Gotthoffer, and he found that it was good for both hyper and hypo stomach acidity. He also found that broth was healing to the intestinal lining, found that it has the ability to calm and soothe, and he also found that it had indications for helping to maintain weight. He noted that it helped to maintain bone mineral density. So there are a lot of different things that through his research, he found that gelatin really helps with. And today, obviously, the reason I talk about it so much is because of the things that he researched and many others have researched as it pertains to the gut lining and maintaining its integrity and building it up to be as strong as possible. I want to share with you a couple ways that I use gelatin. So gelatin and collagen, I've already done a video about collagen, but they do have the same health benefits, but the way that they perform in foods is very different. So gelatin is the one that when you see it written on packaging, it will usually be, it'll be like this, bovine gelatin. And then at the bottom it says a collagen protein. So again, remember, the benefits, the health benefits that you're gonna get from using collagen or gelatin are the same. The difference though is how they will perform when you add them to different foods and textures and things like that. So collagen can really be added to anything. I put it into oatmeal, to smoothies, and it won't clump. It will thicken it a little bit, but it's just, it's just very easy to incorporate. Gelatin is a little bit trickier to work with, but the reason why I love it and will never stop using it and talking about it is because the way that it can thicken up a recipe without the need for things like eggs or even like some flours or different things like that is really incredible. So I always use gelatin when I am making my AIP bread. Bread that I make doesn't contain any gluten, grains, dairy, nuts, nightshades. It's pretty much free of everything. But it's bread. So in order to be bread, there still has to be something that, you know, makes it, fluffs it up a little bit, right? So I make this AIP bread. I've been making it for years now. And there's actually the recipe, the full recipe can be found in my book, The Leaky Gut Meal Plan. It is on page 56, Autoimmune Paleo Bread. But what I wanted to share about it, it's actually a very, very simple recipe. It really only uses plantains, a little bit of coconut flour, baking soda, cinnamon, ginger, water, and gelatin. That's all. And the way that I make this AIP bread is you can make it be either sweet or you can make it a little more savory. The difference would be in the ripeness of your plantain. So real ripe plantains will obviously give you a sweeter dessert AIP bread, and the starchier ones, the greener plantains, will give you a more savory AIP bread. But what I do with it is, in the instructions, it says you use 14 tablespoons of water and 3 tablespoons of gelatin. So gelatin looks like this. I love the Perfect Supplements gelatin. The reason I love it is because it's super high quality. It's lab tested, which is very important when you're getting a gelatin, because like I said, this is made from bones of animal. The animal was not high quality. You're not going to be getting a high quality gelatin, and then it almost negates the entire purpose of using gelatin for gut healing to begin with. So I love that it's tested, it's gluten-free, it's RBGH free, it's glyphosate residue free. It is all the things free, and I trust Perfect Supplements. I love them. So this is what gelatin looks like, the powder. It's a little bit dark. And so like when I make my AIP bread, what you have to do is it has to be this perfect combination of warmer water and cooler water. So like when you make Jello, you would use a gelatin as well. And they will always tell you that you use the different waters too, so that it's able to dissolve. So the way that I use the gelatin then is for the AIP bread, Harley's back, is I will put 7 tablespoons in like just a glass jar, 7 tablespoons of water, warmish water. Then I will put 7 tablespoons of cold water, and then I will add very quickly 3 scoops of this, pick it up feverishly until it's completely dissolved. That's the key with gelatin, is in order for it to create the thickness in your final product without getting clumps in it, you have to make sure it's fully dissolved before adding it into whatever you're making. So I do that, and then I bake the bread. It is so simple and so delicious and so healing. A couple other things that I love doing with it. On AGUTSYGIRL.com, you will find a recipe for my paleo birthday cake that uses gelatin. If you have taken my 30-day gut reset course that I produced in conjunction with Clean Eating magazine, there is a banana coconut cream pudding recipe in there that is just absolutely delicious. In fact, in the class, I make it live with you so you can see exactly how I do it, but that uses gelatin as well. Again, gelatin is in like puddings and jellos and all of that stuff due to the thickness and gel that it creates. So those are some different ways that you can use it. Other ways that you could real easily incorporate it into things is if you had like a hot liquid, like a broth, and you wanted to add a little bit more gelatin into it, you could add it in, whisk it in real fast, again, so it doesn't clump. If mine clumps, because my kids will tell me that they did not like whatever it was because they can taste it. So you do have to be careful of that. But overall, it is a very easy product to use. It has so many healing benefits, and it's just something super simple. Not only that though, also what I love about gelatin is that it's quick protein. So 1 scoop of the Perfect Supplements gelatin has 10 grams of protein. So for those of you who have any kind of aversions to meat, or you have a harder time breaking meat down, you know, whether that's due to stomach acidity or or whatever, be another really great option because it's already in powdered form. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If there's a recipe that you found on AGUTSYGIRL.com that you would love for me to make on here with you and that uses gelatin, let me know. I'm more than happy to do it. And please make sure to subscribe to my channel, share with family and friends so that we can all heal our guts and heal our lives. Thanks for joining me today and have a great day.